So I started looking through YouTube, and I saw that a lot of people were talking about their pressure washers and using something called a foam cannon, a foam blaster, whatever that is. So what I decided to do is try it out for myself. I actually went to Home Depot and I bought me this Roy foam blaster. I use regular soap, and to be honest with you, I wasn't too pleased with the results. I even used the one that they provided as a sample, and it wasn't up to what the internet was saying or what YouTube was saying. So then I said, well, maybe it's the soap. So I started doing more research, and supposedly these chemical guys came up with this really good soap specifically formulated for snow foam. I said, okay, so I purchased this, I put it in there, and the results were still not what I wanted. They were subpar. I mean, it kind of, if you want this soap to be the type of soap just to apply before you wash your car, perfect. But the way that we're billing it online was, hey, you throw this soap on, it's gonna cling to the dirt, it's gonna knock it off. It's called a touchless wash. So as of right now, I haven't seen that. So what I did, I took the next step. I actually just got this recommended foam cannon or foam blaster that it's been circulating the internet. All right, so that's what the bottle looks like. This is what the tip looks like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna test it out. So one of the things that they recommend when you do this is you actually use warm or hot water to mix it. So what I did here is I actually added 8 ounces of warm water, and I'm going to try to see if I don't spill it. But I'm going to add my foam, my Honeydew snow foam, 2 ounces. It's recommended 2 ounces for this. And I'm not going to lie, it does smell pretty nice, but I need it to produce. I don't need it to smell nice. So that's 2 ounces. Actually, it's a little bit more than 2 ounces. It was at 8, now it's a little bit over 10. Okay, so the next step would be to actually add this to the foam canister. All right, this is going to be a little bit tricky because the hole is so small, but we'll figure it out one way or another with a steady hand. Maybe next time I'll buy a funnel. Alright, so that's all in there. It was 2 ounces. 2 ounces of water. And I'm actually going to take this indoor and add the rest of it with water because that's what they recommend. So let me pause this and I'll come back whenever I have it ready. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually adding the rest of it with hot water. Right about there. Okay. Alright, so I got my foam cannon ready to go. I'm going to insert here. There it is. Now it does have a nozzle up here, and if you move it towards the plus side, it means more water, less foam. If you move it towards the negative side, it means less water, more foam. And then you also have a little adjuster here. So we'll see how this works. I've tried the other ones. Let's see what this one does. It's supposed to, according to the internet on YouTube, it's supposed to give me such a thick foam that it clings to the car. I don't have to touch it to wash it. It should knock everything off if you give it enough time. But let's see how this works. Adjust the nozzle. That adjusts the direction. There it is. All right, well, to be honest with you, this soap foam has actually adhered to the car a little bit more than I was expecting. The other ones did not get as near as much of this clinginess to the car, but we're just gonna have to wait to see if it actually removes the dirt the way it's meant to be. Now, honestly, if you look at it and if you look at other videos, the foam is not as foamy as they proclaim to be. So I'm assuming the only reason that would happen is that they're probably putting more soap into it than what they're actually saying on the videos. But if I just go with the 2 ounces for the whole bottle, it's a decent job. Now, my problem the last time was that I did it on this white car. I put the soap started to dissipate, started to go down, and the dirt was still on the car. So to me, if it's for touchless, that wouldn't happen. Now, the other ones, and I'm going to check right now, but I don't know if you guys get these where you guys live, but I get a lot of this. And this is very hard to take off, even with the pressure washer, directly putting the pressure on the actual, I don't know what they are. I honestly don't know. I'm assuming it comes from the trees. But any soap that I've tried, they all do this. After a little bit, if you notice, it just kind of like goes away. All right. So that's actually a good sign right here. I don't know if you can see that. See that one right there? Just kind of dissipates. So, I mean, that's a good sign. I've been taking this video now for the last 5 minutes. I'm assuming more or less 4 or 5 minutes. And the soap is still kind of there. I'm not totally convinced that this type of soap is going to just knock off all the dirt without me having to touch it. But the actual soap foam cannon actually does foam more than the other one that I had purchased at Home Depot. See how that came off real quick? I did apply some of this here on this bird poop, and it has yet to go away. So maybe that's an indicator. But this is a true and honest review of the soap foam, or the foam cannon, both the Chemical Guys and the Amazon promoted version of it that should soap up your car pretty good. I'm not totally convinced. Like I said, it's not something that if you see online, you might say, look, once I get it, this is exactly what I'm going to get, because I've already tried different methods and it has yet to work for me. But hey, take it with a grain of salt. A worst case scenario, you use this so you don't have to actually apply the soap to your car, and then afterwards you can just knock it off with the pressure washer. All right, so that was my honest review on the soap cannon, snow foam cannon, Chemical Guys soap. I mean, you're talking about the whole shebang. So thank you for watching, and look at my other videos. If you like them, subscribe. Thank you.